This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
It was ones versus ones with the starters going to battle. Kingsley Suamataia is going to win this left tackle job. Trent McDuffie is going to be another all-pro, and these guys are going to go face to face. Let's break it down. Welcome to RGR Football. I'm Ryan. This is me going rogue. RGR is us. Welcome to the breakdown on a Friday edition. As the Chiefs wrap their practice for the week, we're going to wrap it up as well. Make sure you like and sub and hit the bell. Get subscribed to this channel. And if you want in the memberships to get the extra stuff that I'm doing film-wise, get in that as well. Lot to cover here, but it comes down to this. After hearing from Andy Reid as well as the guys out there that are playing against him, both Chris Jones the other day and George Karlaftis today, what we end up getting is a picture of, despite Andy Reid's acknowledgement, Kingsley Suamataia is going to be this left tackle. I had hoped for this. I had predicted this the day after the draft. It's going to come true. And it's not anything against Wanya Morris. It's that the athleticism is just too much to ignore. He's developing. George Karlaftis said today that the guy learns from every single mistake and doesn't make it again. That's rare for a rookie, especially when you're facing guys like Mike Dana with all the tools, and Chris Jones today. Now, Chris got the better of him. He's going to continue to do that because he's Chris frickin' Jones. That's okay. Kingsley Suamataia is going to take this left tackle job, and he's going to give you what you're looking for from your left tackle. It's going to be athleticism. It's going to be length. It's going to be the intensity that the Chiefs are looking for. What it's not going to be is experience. It's not going to be super smooth sailing the entire time. There's going to be some hiccups. There's no way around this. But especially as he learns from Chris Jones in particular, who has that quick hands. And Chris likes going to his left, which is going to be the inside shoulder for Kingsley Suamataia. What he struggled with in college was the inside move across his chest. He's going to get a ton of that from practicing against Chris Jones. And there's no one better to train him up and get him ready than Chris Jones. So it's just the starting point. The first quarter of the season is going to be a feeling out process. Can he limit his mistakes, Kingsley? Can Kingsley start to progress come the second quarter? By week 10, you hope that he's getting to the point where against lesser edges and particularly five technique tackles that he's able to dominate. His feet are much quicker than most five techs. He should be able to gain angles, gain leverage, and use his body to the best of its ability. Now, you've seen him run some screens too. He's comfortable and athletic in space. So watch the screen game as well. Isiah Pacheco had a nice one today where he just leaked out backside. It wasn't a screen, but a nice pass catch there where Kingsley's actually running the player down to the inside of the right, opposite the flow of the receiver. That's going to happen, but it's also going to be that he's going to pass that off and jab that guy inside and get out in the flat to lead the way for Pacheco or Clyde or whoever's out there. It may be McCole. It may be somebody else. Plenty of options there for Kingsley Suamataia. What it also means is today, as they rotate through, Joe Thuney's back at practice, but he's not full go. He's not able to do team. He can't get in the pads and get the physicality yet. Maybe he grows into that and practices up. Maybe Joe's ready for week one. What they're doing in the meantime is rotating other players through. And what we saw here was that Kingsley took the LT snaps, but the LG snaps, at least in part, went to Wanya Morris. And Wanya is still competing. It isn't over, and I do believe Andy Reid about that it isn't over between the two of them. But he refuses to say that Kingsley has won the left tackle spot. I think that's actually false. That's all right, Andy. Love you, man. But yeah, you got to say what you got to say. I love the concept, and I predicted this a few weeks before they got to training camp, that I think Wanya Morris could be the left guard of the future. Joe Thuney is excellent. Even if he's at 80%, 75% of what he's been, he's going to play this season. You're going to be comfortable with it, and they're going to get wins because of it. The future after that is a little bit foggier. Another year older. Lord knows another grind of another season can always add on to your thoughts of retirement or whether the team wants to bring you back. The cap number is an issue. Let's be real. So that's going to come into play. There's a possibility that Joe Thuney won't be on this roster in 2025. and getting as many options as you can at left guard will help Kingsley continue his progress and make your line as strong as it can be, knowing that you're having a departing all pro. I like the idea of wanting Morrison there. Let's see if he can capture that backup job and make himself an invaluable player. And not one or two, but four positions on the offensive line. That's going to be key for them longevity wise. You're also going to get some play from some of the other guys like Norzad, the rookie. He's just going to get some looks. I don't think he's in the mix to start if Joe Tooney can't right now. They tried Lucas Niang over there last week. He was back at right tackle this week with the twos. I think it's going to be who can be versatile and who can help you. RGR Football is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. And this is the deal. Fastest payouts in the industry. And right now you get a 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 right this minute. Chiefs are all over BetUS because they're right at the top of the list for both Super Bowl matchups. Whichever you think is the most likely opponent for the Chiefs, you can pick right now, as well as the Super Bowl odds that are the best currently as we speak. Mahomes for the MVP, the conference titles. You can get into all the action if you want to get over to BetUS. That's a 125% deposit match on your first three deposits up to $2,000 each. They have live wagering on all major games, the best betting variety in the business, and you can even get 10% back on your losses twice a year. Check it all out at our BetUS link in the description below. What they have to help is the run game, and that is starting to flare up. Isiah Pacheco, Drew Tranquil going at it at camp today. A lot of vibe there. I don't think there's any real animosity there. We heard Drew Tranquil talk about it last week. We've heard Pops talk about it, but this is the ones on the ones, and this is what you get from it. That competition level gets ramped up, and that's good for the team. That's good for the output. It's good for the results come not just the preseason, but the regular season in particular. Let's get after it now while we're in camp, because we don't get to do this in the regular season, ones on ones and actually hitting and actually trying to knock everybody else around. So I'm loving that aspect of it. The other thing that I'm loving is that Trent McDuffie, he's pretty much in midseason form at this point. He is everywhere. And I don't care at this point. If he has to play inside because of injury, fine. I want him to play outside and be the boundary corner because he'll take away pretty much everything. That's going to be important to me, but having a guy that can shut down half of the field is critical. That's what they were able to do with LJ last year, and Snead's departure obviously leaves a hole. I feel Trent McDuffie can step into that if he has the correct support. That support comes in the form of Jamar Conner likely being starting nickel. Could it be Jones? Possibly, but I don't see Jones's progression to this point. And I don't think that you want Nazi in there either. I think Nazi's more comfortable as an outside corner. Obviously has the hamstring right now, but he's going to compete for that outside corner spot along with Joshua Williams, along with Jalen Watson, who while he's out there, he's still not able to participate in any kind of contact or any kind of team periods. So there's still a road ahead for Jalen Watson to get back. Kelvin Joseph came up with a hamstring on Friday. That's a little bit of a worry. Let's see what that is, because it didn't happen at practice. He rolled out to practice in a baseball hat. So it was something overnight, probably a result of getting so many intense reps with the ones the last few days. They have a day off coming that hopefully will let him recuperate. And back on the offensive side, Andy Reid had some positive things to say about one guy in particular that you guys know I love, and I'm going to take my opportunity right now to tell you, Carson Steele can do it all. Andy Reid actually agreed with me today that Carson's not just a fullback, that he can actually be a tailback as well. I know he can play the H because I've watched him do it. And I love that concept because then if you have two guys that can rotate in at H and two guys that can rotate in at tight end, you have Steele, Gray, Wiley, and Kelsey. You have a foursome that can go power-ish when you want to, as much as the Chiefs do. It's power light, you know. But you don't have to have the pass-catching type tight ends, the only ones that all they do is run patterns. You get more versatility out of this foursome, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, we are about a week away from the Chiefs getting ready to play their first preseason game. A lot of changes still could come next week, but we're sitting right here. They're getting better, and they're getting ready to beat the snot out of somebody. So let's get after it. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for checking out our sponsors. They're great, and this is going to be a hell of a season. We appreciate you guys being here with me today. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.